Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate, and I'm so glad you decided to go ahead and pop into this video today. I am so excited because I'm starting this new thing on my channel where every week or so I just sit down and share my devotion time with y'all and just kind of hang out and chat and just kind of talk to y'all about what Jesus is doing in my life. I want to hear about what Jesus is doing in your life and just kind of chat. I know how the world is right now, and just in general, sometimes it can feel kind of lonely, so I kind of want to be able to serve as a big sister, mentor, friend, whatever y'all need in your life right now. I want to kind of be there for you in that and just kind of be able to help you through some stuff, chat about some stuff, and just lean on each other. I'm so excited for it. Whenever I do a vlog or anything like that, the number one thing that people always say that they love to watch is when I share my devotion times, and so that's what I'm gonna start doing a little bit more on my channel, and I'm so excited. But if you don't know, I use the Thrive Bible for a lot of my devotion times. I use some different tools here and there, but the Thrive Bible is my consistent. I love it. So what the Thrive Bible is a study Bible that also has devotions throughout it, and it's awesome because it has devotions for every single day if you want to read through it like that, but it also has devotions that are for specific topics. So if there's any topics you guys want me to cover, there's things like forgiveness, confidence, trust in Jesus, anything you can think of, they probably have a devotion on it. And I love it because I open to the devotion that I either feel like I need to, or sometimes I'll just randomly open, and then I also read the passage behind it and really get to dive deep into what is, that devotion's pulling from in the Bible, which is so good. And it's a good way for me to kind of track, what I'm reading in the Bible and really be able to understand it. And so the devotion that really stuck out to me this week was the one called No Limits. If you do have your Thrive Bible, it's on page 347, and it's reading from 1 Samuel 17:14 through 15 is the verse that it's pulling for this devotion if you don't have a Thrive Bible and want to flip open to that. But I'll go ahead and read the verse to y'all. It says, David was the youngest son. David's 3 oldest brothers stayed with Saul's army, but David went back and forth so that he could help his father with the sheep in Bethlehem. And so, like I said, that's 1 Samuel 17:14 through 15. And so I know that resonated with me off the bat because I'm kind of in this weird season of my life where I'm not a complete adult yet, but I'm not completely a teenager, or I'm almost out of college. And so I feel like I'm just kind of young for all the things I'm doing right now. I loved getting to read this passage just because of that. I could relate to it a lot. But I wanted to also read the love letter from God. So in these devotions, it's split up into 4 parts. It has the verse, and then it says a love letter from God, a reflection, and a treasure of truth. And so the love letter from God is basically taking the passage, pulling it apart, and writing a love letter from Jesus directly to the hearts of young women and girls. And it's just awesome. It always speaks directly to me. So I'm going to go ahead and read that for y'all today. It says, Beloved daughter, my love for you has no limits, and my power working in you is not dictated by your age. I was with David when he was a boy, and no one knew him but me. I was with David when he was in the cave, and he hid from King Saul. I was the one who took him from his obscurity and set him on Israel's throne. I was with him in every single battle, and I am with you too in every single stage of your life. I have lessons for you to learn and work for you to do in every single season. Don't look at your limitations. Look at my limitless ability to do through you what you can't do without me. Love, your Heavenly Father. And whoa, y'all, that is so powerful and so good. When I read this specifically, it was one of those days where I was just flipping up my Bible. I'm working on a project behind the scenes, which I'm so excited to get to share in the future with y'all, but I was having an important meeting for it, and I honestly was just feeling super discouraged. I was feeling like I wasn't equipped, that I was too young, that I wasn't prepared enough, that I didn't have the tools in order to succeed. Just all these lies were feeding into my ears. I felt like, the enemy was just sitting on my shoulder, and I knew that none of those things were true. And so I knew I needed to open my Bible. So that's exactly what I did. I just flipped open my Bible, and this is what I read, and I was almost brought to tears. It was just one of those moments where I was like, Jesus, for one, you're so stinking cool because he speaks to us and gives us exactly what we need, exactly when we need it, as long as we lean on him. And also I was just in awe by those words because it's just such a good reminder that It doesn't matter if I'm 22 or 50. It doesn't matter if you're 16 or you're 10. If Jesus has put something on your heart, he wants you to do that. He wants you to run after that, and he's gonna see it through. You can do his work whether you're going to middle school or whether you're going to Bible college, whether you're a missionary or whether you're a cheerleading coach. And I think that's so important and such a good reminder, because I often get caught in the trap of thinking I have to be doing these big crazy things. I have to have all this money, all this power, all this fame in order to make a difference. And I just want to let y'all know that that is not the case. And if you are kind of getting caught in that trap of believing that, Jesus can fulfill the purpose he put on your heart, and he can lead you to do crazy amazing things for the kingdom and for him if you just lean on him, no matter what your career path is, no matter what you do as a hobby, no matter who you are. And that's such a good reminder to me, and for sure something that I needed to hear that day. And so the reflection says, God isn't limited by your years. Age has no hold. Let's hear that again. Age has no hold on God's authority and power. He can work through you whether you are 8 or you are 80. Let go of the pressure to live how others think that you should live, and choose to live for God alone. And I know that I needed to hear that, because the world tells us to live a certain way, and society tells us to live a certain way, and our friends and family tell us to live a certain way. But always when you're following Jesus, it's gonna look a little different than everybody else. And you know, he's told us that in scripture, he's told us that in the Bible, and we have to just be okay with that. Some things aren't gonna make sense to some people. It probably isn't going to always be the most financially smart. It's not always going to make complete sense. It's gonna require some faith. It's gonna require you just stepping on a ledge and saying, Jesus, I know you're gonna take care of this, and he will. And it might not pan out exactly how you thought, but let me tell you, God's work will be done in that. And he is putting that mission on your heart. He is putting that desire on your heart, or that conviction, or whatever he is. He's putting that there for a reason. So when you finally lean into that and just run after Jesus and do that work that he has called you to do, I know that that is when the most crazy, amazing blessings happen in people's life, and you're able to really touch them in the way that you were meant to touch them. And so it's so important to really lean into what Jesus has made you, knit you to do, in order to really see the impacts that he can have through you on people. Because, you know, I personally am not impacting everybody. I know it's Jesus working through me whenever anything good happens, whenever I'm able to pour into my friends or my high school girls at the church that I lead, or anybody. That is not me. It is Jesus that has worked in me, that has given me the confidence, that has given me the words, that has given me the ability to sit in front of a camera and speak and upload these videos. That is completely Jesus, and I'm so, so grateful. But it took me a long time to learn that I have to lean into that stuff. If Jesus is calling me to do it, if he's given me these abilities, he's given me these tools, I've got to do it, because I just know for me and for everyone that, you know, our purpose on earth is not to make $1 million. It's not to hit a certain career path. It's not to do what everybody else is doing. It's ultimately to love people like Jesus loved them, and to follow the path and impact the world in the way that Jesus made you to do. And so that could look a little different for everybody. And for David, it did look a little different. He wasn't doing exactly what his brothers were doing. He wasn't doing what the world was telling him to do. He was doing something that honestly was a little bit more humble, was a little bit more set back, but it was what he was set out to do. And he got rewarded for that in the end, because he was listening to the call on his heart, and he was doing what he felt like he was supposed to do. And so the treasure of truth, I'll read to you. It says, our age doesn't determine our usefulness, God does. And so I just wanted to leave you guys with that, and just encourage you that I don't know exactly how old you are sitting watching this video, but no matter if you are 60 years old or if you're 16 years old, just know that I believe in you, and more importantly, Jesus believes in you. And I know that you guys can impact the world in a crazy, amazing way, and I know that you guys are world changers. You are those girls who can walk into a room and be an atmosphere shifter, and it's it's just my prayer that you guys will see that, you guys will believe that, and you guys truly will lean into that, because I know if we can just create a community where all the girls are doing that, where that is the social norm, can you imagine how the world would change and how much good would be done and how much just light and love that would shed? It would just be crazy. And so I hope that you guys are inspired to be that girl when you walk into a room, to change the world in the way that God has put on your heart. Okay, so I always write these little prayers in the side of my Thrive Bible. And so I was writing this prayer just kind of over the next season of my life and what's going to happen and all of that, because I was just feeling a little bit low. So I'm gonna read this prayer that I wrote, and I pray that you also pray this over yourself. Know that I am praying this over you just as much as I'm praying it for me every single day. And so let's just go ahead and get into it. So Jesus, I pray for this season of my life. I pray that you give me confidence to walk with you every single step of the way. I know you have no limits, and I can't wait to watch your work unfold and use me to do your will, not my own. Everything I do, Jesus, is to glorify you. Love, Kate. And so that was just a little prayer letter I wrote to Jesus, and I hope that you know that I'm praying that over you guys too. I had so much fun just sitting down and sharing my devotion time with y'all today. If you liked these videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I would love to kind of do some more faith-based videos. I know that's what a lot of my content is anyway, because it's such a big part of my life, but I do love to talk about it, and I love sitting down and talking with y'all about it and all of that. And so if there's any other videos, whether they're faith-based or fun lifestyle videos, beauty, fashion, any of that, you guys know I love it all. I would love to film those for you, so make sure to leave your video suggestions in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and stick around for a little bit. And also make sure to follow me over on Instagram at Caitlin Gratton, and I would love to chit chat over there. We can talk about anything. We can talk about devotion time, what's going on in your life, or just catch up. I would love to hear from y'all. So I hope you guys are having the most beautiful day, the most merry holiday season. I didn't even talk about it, but I sat by my Christmas tree today because I just wanted to feel a little bit festive. But like I said, I hope you guys are having a very Merry Christmas. Know that I'm praying for you, I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to talk to you again so soon.